Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are gonna learn about the parts of speech. वैसे तो बहुत easy topic लगता है ये parts of speech, but actually when we learn it, it becomes very difficult. I have made it easy for my students, not only from the point of CUET, but also other exams too. Now let's learn the parts of speech. We are learning the introduction of parts of speech. Now let's learn it. Do you know what is the meaning of speech? The meaning of speech is a language. Have you heard about that? The parts of the language is speaking, writing, listening, and reading. And have you ever noticed that whenever we speak, whenever we write, listen, or read, everything we do in a sentence wise? Everything we do in a sentence wise. And sentence is a group of words. It must have the meaningful sense, and it gives you complete meaning when it must have a punctuation mark. And there are three kinds of punctuation mark, that is period, question mark, and exclamation mark. That actually gives you the complete meaning of the sentence. And not only these things, but also one of the very important thing that actually a lot of student misses it. A lot of student miss this point. A sentence must have a subject and a predicate. In a sentence, now let me write it down. Let me write it down the sentence. Suppose let's say Mohan is Mohan is learning English. Learning English. In this sentence, the Mohan is a subject, and the rest part of the sentence is predicate. And this one, the punctuation marks makes it a complete meaning. Now let's go to the next slide. Now let me. I have just used a one sentence, that is Mohan is learning English because he wants to get good marks in his examination. In the first slide, in the second slide, we saw that a group of sentence is a group of words. Now, why did I say that group of words? Because it is actually a group of words. Now let's learn it. What kind of words in a sentence? Mohan is a noun. Is a verb. Learning is also a verb. English is a noun because it's a conjunction. He is a pronoun. Wants is a verb. To is a conjunction here. Get is a verb. Good is an adjective. Marks is a noun. In is preposition. English is a noun. Exam is also a noun. Now can you see that these, in this sentence there are so many words like noun, pronoun, verb, adverbs, preposition, conjunctions, and adjective also. But in the parts of speech we have eight kind of words, right? Now let's see that in the parts of speech we have eight kind of words: noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. We say that this is a word, right? Now let's learn it. What kind of noun is a word? What kind of word is a noun? Noun is a naming word. Naming word for what? It's a name for the person, place, thing, animal, any idea, concept, or emotion. And do you know what is a pronoun? What kind of word is this? Remember that if if you talk about, if someone asks you about your introduction, you use your name for the first time, that my name is this. After that you don't use the name. Or if I ask about your friend that tell me something about your friend, then you name only once in the friend. You do not repeat the name over and over again. Suppose let's say your friend's name is Mohan, right? You say that my friend, my best friend is Mohan. He is doing something. He is, he does something. He goes there. His, his favorite color is this. So you do not use noun over and over again. For stopping the repetition of the noun in the same sentence or in the same speech, that's called the pronoun. That means you can say that pronoun is a replacing word for noun. Replacing word for noun. Adjective is what kind of word? Adjective, suppose let's say I have a pen, right? So pen, you can describe this pen. This is a black pen. Black is a word that is describing about the pen. Suppose let's say if I'm saying I have a long hair. So long is a word that is describing about my hair. He has a good personality. That means good. What kind of personality he has? That means good is the word that is describing about his personality. So this is called the describing word. Describing word. Describing word for two things only. It describes, adjective describes only two things, that is noun and pronoun. Verb. What kind of verb it is? What kind of the word verb is? Verb is an action word that you do on every day. Action words. And action word are of two types, that is physical actions and mental activities. Whatever you think, everything, whatever is in your mind, you think, and actions, actions is going on in your mind whenever you think. Now let me erase these things. Now let's talk about the adverb. What kind of word adverb is? We talked about the verb, and lot of students, they get confused in the adverbs only. Adverbs are what? They are the modifying words. Modifying words. They not only modifies the action words, but also some other words like the adjectives, clauses, sentences, and words. Now let me write it here. First, they modify the action words. Action words, that is verbs. Second, they modify the adjectives also. Third, they also modify adverbs itself. And the fourth one, they modify the clauses and the whole sentence itself. Now let's talk about the preposition. What kind of word is the preposition? Is preposition, suppose let's say if I'm asking a question, where are you sitting right now? You will answer me, I am sitting in my room. Where is your books? Your books is on the table. So where are your books? On the table, in the room, in and on. These are the words telling about the location and the position of something, right? That's why this is called the positioning or locating word. The conjunction. Conjunctions are something like that, the joining words, right? They join the sentences, they join the phrases, words. That's why they are called the joining words. Like they also join the words, they join clauses, they also join the sentences. The last one is the interjection. What kind of word is this? Interjection is something, suppose let's say you have a hot glass of water, but you are not aware about the hot glass of water. Suddenly you touch it, right? When you touch it, you produce a sound or expressive sound, right? Like ouch. That is that is a kind of expression. That's why this is called the expressive words. Expressive words. Like ouch. When you are very happy, you say amazing, like that. right? Now let's see that one by one. Noun is a naming word for person, place, things, animals, ideas, concepts, or emotions. Person can be, like anything, like your grandpa, your father, your mother, boy, girl. These are the persons. Place place is something like a city, your colony, your house, hospital, country. These are the places. Things are around you, like mobile phone, table, laptop, everything around you. These are the things. Animals you can see, like dogs, cats, giraffes. When you go to the zoo, you can see a lot of animals. Ideas, concepts, and expressions. These are the things. When we talk about the ideas, concept, or expression, you can't touch it, or you can't, you can't see the things. Like if I talk about the emotions, like love and hate, kindness, laziness, these things you can't touch it, but you can feel it. That's called the name of the ideas, concepts, or emotions. Now let's move to the pronoun. Pronoun is what? These are the, I already told you that replacing word for a noun. Here is an example. My best friend is Suraj. He is going at the managing. He is good at managing the things. So the word he is replacing Suraj here. That means he is a pronoun. Kirti is a nice girl. She always her elders. Here in the sentence, she is replacing Kirti. That means she is a pronoun in the sentence. I, we, you, they, he, she, it, and many more. These are the pronouns. Now let's learn the adjectives. I already told you that adjectives are the describing words for noun or pronoun. That actually describes the noun and pronoun. All the names. Suppose let's say uh, I have a black pen. So black is the word that is describing about the pen. I have a very nice phone. The nice word is describing about the phone. That is called the describing word. And the action words are the verbs like run, write, play, go, come. These are the activities. Adverbs, when we talk about the adverbs, these are the modifying or the describing words for actions. Adjectives, adverbs, phrases, or clauses or sentences. Let me write down the here. Let me write down an example here. Uh, I write nicely. Here, how do I write? I write nicely. So nicely is the word that is modifying the word right. That means nicely is an adverb here, right? Now let's go to the next topic. That is the preposition that tells about your position or location of something, like in, on, over, next to, by, at, besides. These are the words that tells about the location or position of something. Next word is conjunction. They are the joining words. They join not only the words but also the phrases, clauses, and sentences. For example, if I give you two words like apple and the second word is mango, if I give you the, if I ask you how do you make the sentences, let me make it for you. I eat apple and mango. In this example, apple and mango is joined by and this is called the joining word. That's called the conjunction. Let's take another example. I can eat either apple or mango. Here in this example, I can eat either apple or mango. Here, apple and mango, these two words are joined by either or, these two words. That's why these are also called the joining words. These are the examples of the joining words, like and, or, either, or. There is a very famous concept that is called the fanboys. This is for conjunction. F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for of, Y for yet, O for or, sorry, Y for yet, and S for so. So this is a very famous concept, pen voice. But pen voice is not limited to the conjunction, but there are many more conjunctions, right? Now let's go to the another topic, that is interjection, the last part of the speech, and these are called the expressive words. When you produce sudden expressions, these are the sudden expressions. Sudden expressions, like when you do something and suddenly happens something, you produce a sound, that's ouch. When you laugh, you don't say I'm laughing, I'm laughing, you say ha 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 ha, like that. Or when when you are watching a video or watching a cricket match, uh, if a player uh, if a player just make someone bold or something, if someone have a shot, you will say bravo, amazing, what a shot. These are the sudden expressions. That's called the interjection or the expressive words. And you always use exclamation mark after that. मिलते हैं जल्दी for our next video. For now, thank you so much.